and welcome to a new knitting podcast episode. My name is Inka and I am coming to you from Finland. It is cold, it's like -15, it's very nice and bright, and I'm ready to talk about my knits. So today I'm wearing, actually, none of these are new finished objects, but I'm wearing two knitted pieces. I'm wearing my Eva cardigan that I've had finished, I think, in my last video. So I have had this for about a month and I love it so much. It's by Petite Knit and it's knitted with fingering weight Estonian wool called Aoide 8/2. So I love it, I love the color, and yeah, I talk about it more in my previous episode, so if you're interested in it. But it's very lightweight because it's knitted with fingering weight instead of DK, but it's still not see-through, as you can see. It's very warm still. And then underneath I'm wearing my Alpine Plume. It's a t-shirt by Caitlin Hunter. I knitted this in the summer and I have used this brown yarn, is hand-dyed yarn, which is super exciting, and then this main color is knitting for olive merino, so this is very soft and fancy piece of clothing, but I love it. And yeah, I knitted these. This is in a size extra small, and I think this is the size 1 in that pattern, so it's like and I think I knitted this with smaller gauge, so it's very form-fitting, but I love it. I haven't worn it a ton because it's quite fancy and I don't really know how to style it, but I hope that I will find like ways to wear it in the spring. And I quite like this, wearing them like this over each other, maybe not closed but open like this. I kind of like it. And yeah, that's what I'm wearing, and these are both very nice knits. But I have, since last time, I have finished 2 pieces, and the other one, I'll just say it was the classic ribbed hat by Pearl Soho. I knitted it using Arwetta yarn held double, and I knitted it for my dad, and he already has gotten it and it's with him. Yeah, he likes it. I have now knitted 2 of those for him, and yeah, it was a success. Turned out very nice. But then I also finished one other thing that I have had on my needles since the autumn, and they are these socks. These are the Petal drop socks by Florence Miller. And yeah, I have worn these, which I don't think they look super dirty. I kind of shook them before, and yeah, they are these lace socks, fingering weight, and it's kind of good that I wore them because now they have stretched out and you can see the lace pattern. You couldn't really see it before, but it's super pretty. I love these. These are my new favorite socks just because I love the color of these, and the cuff length is super good. Before wearing them, it was 17 stitches, no, 17 centimeters, but I think it has like gotten a bit shorter because they have stretched horizontally, vertically, I don't know, but yeah, they are super cute. And the yarn I used was this online supersocke 100. It's 75% wool and 25% polyamide, so super basic sock yarn, but this is like very soft, but it doesn't feel like Arvetta or anything like that. It's super nice yarn, and I got this in Latvia when I visited last summer. So, and I used 70 grams for the size 1, and my foot size is 37 EU. I don't know I know it's 4 in UK sizes, but I don't know the US size. But these are super cute and I have worn them a lot already. And I'm glad I finished these because I have had these on my needles for such a long time. And yeah, I use 2.25mm needles. Super cute. This is my favorite color and it's the first pair of socks that I have in that color, which is weird, but I love these. I love the lace pattern, like the look of it, and it's nice and simple, but since this took me like 5 or 4 months to complete, I don't know which I need them again. Yeah, but I'm super glad I finished these and they're super pretty. So I haven't finished anything else since, but I do have some progress to show. Let's continue with socks. I have another pair of socks on my needles. I had this one finished, the first sock finished last time. Also, these are Lempi socks from the 52 Weeks of Socks book. And it's this ribbed and color work. It has also ribbing texture here, but it's very dark yarn, so I don't think it's very visible, but it's cute. And I have gotten this far on the second one, so I should just start the color work now. Very nice. And I'm knitting a size 1 with fingering weight yarn and 2.25mm needles. And the yarns I'm using are all Schachenmayr Regia. And the dark one is this navy color. I think the color name is just navy. The number is 324. And then this is the color light grey. And then this is undyed. And I think this is a very nice project to maybe use scrap yarns. I am not really using scrap yarns, but I only have 50 grams of this color and the light grey color, so it's kind of, I couldn't knit a full pair of socks using only 50 grams, so it's like a very nice use of yarn doing it like this, and they're super cool. I am doing like the color changing and the blocks according to the pattern, so I'm not really doing any modifications. And I love the color work. It was very simple, but it took me like good time to knit this, like 5 centimeters. No, it's more like 7 centimeters of color work, just because I'm not used to doing color work with DPNs, and this is actually the first time that I like went with it and executed it to the end and not just gave up. It's not very stretchy. It is a bit, but not too much. And so these are 72 stitches. I usually do a 64, so it's very good that there's more stitches because this is a very stretchy section and I couldn't do these with any less stitches. So this is my sock whip right now. Very nice, and this is my favorite sock yarn. I really like it. And then I will show this one. This is also a whip. I didn't show it the last time, but I showed it the time before. So I started this beginning of December, and it's the Stella quilt cushion, and it's almost finished. I have only few rows of the backing to do, and then I will do the envelope closure. But it's a pillow cover by Laura Penrose. It's very beautiful. It's knitted with these squares and short rows. Very cool construction, and most of these I'm using. Okay, so this main color is again Schachenmayr Regia full ply in the undyed color held double, and then most of these color blocks are for my scrappy advent swap. These all 4 are from the bottom ones, and then this dark grey one. So they're for my scrappy advent swap, which is, I started knitting this in December when I was opening that, so that's when I started it. But then this one, green one, this green one, and this kind of pink beige one, they're for my own stash, just because I needed them to match the color scheme. It's quite an unusual color scheme for me. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's cute. I like it. It's gonna be super cute. A cute cushion cover. And then I already showed the back, but I'll show it again. It's quite interesting. It's knit like from the corner and then decreasing again, but I'm using also my scrap yarns for the back piece. I'm using all of my white scrap yarns. So here I started with one strand of mohair, then one strand of the Schachenmayr Regia, and then one strand of this light fingering weight 100% wool yarn. And then I ran out of the Schachenmayr Regia, and then I changed to a different fingering weight wool. It was the one that I used for my married woolen jumper, and I used all of that yarn. Then I ran out of the mohair, so I just didn't use that anymore. And then I was holding the light fingering weight with the fingering weight. Then I did a mistake and I ran out of the fingering weight, and I changed for this sock yarn that I have. It's very bright white color, and you can really see because these all are very natural white, but then there's this one stripe of this very pure white. And then, but I didn't realize it when I was knitting it because it was evening and it was dark and I couldn't see it, so it's a bit funny looking. And now I'm using, for the rest, I'm using 3 strands of the light fingering weight wool held together. So it's very fun using my scrap yarns for the backing as well, and it's a really good use for them. I have used so much of my scrap yarns, but it's kind of fun that half of it has mohair, so the other half is super fluffy and then the other one isn't. And yeah, so this will be the like opening side, and I will knit the envelope closure, so it will like cover like half of the like white stripe here, but it's still a bit fun. But it's the back side, no one will see it. And this will be, I have worked on it a lot because it has been very nice and mindless doing just the garter stitch backing, and it's so cute. I really like it. And yep, I will just knit the envelope closure, and that will maybe mitigate the fun looking stripe in the back, but it doesn't really bother me. I think the most important thing is that I used a lot of my scrap yarns on this. So that's that. And I will show some things that I already was working on last time. So I will show this. This is the Hermione scarf by, I still don't know who is it by, but it's a free pattern on Ravelry, and it's a scarf that I'm knitting in a circle, so it has color on both sides at the end, and I have knitted this much from the last time, so not too much, but I have now 2 full pattern repeats, and I think I'll do 8 or 10, so that means that I'm a 4th or a 5th way already there, so that's exciting. So I'm using fingering weight yarn on this and 2.5mm needles. My main color is again Schachenmayr Regia full ply, so I still have this, but I want to use it. I'd rather use it for this scarf than for the Stella quilt cushion, so it's going in this one. And then I have 4 contrast colors. Yes, first is this Shetland wool, this dark grey, then I have this Jameson and Smith Shetland in this brown. It's a brown mix color. And I have, this is also Shetland wool. This is Bio Shetland by BC Garn in the color 12. And then I'm using the green one is, this green one is Isager alpaca 2 held with filcolana tilie mohair. So it's very fun, and these are all my like stash yarn, so it's nice to, I just pulled some yarns from my stash and like single skeins and leftovers to see, to make the color combo, and I really like it. And yeah, it's already like, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna be super cute and super warm. So, and this is just my comfort color work because it's so simple to do because of the short floats and the small motifs, and it's very comfortable to knit on like a this the dense gauge, and these needles are super nice and slippery. So that's it. I have like 9 or 8 centimeters maybe done since last time, and this is gonna be so cute, but it'll take a long time to do. But yeah, it's looking like that. And then I will show my test knit that I'm making. And last time I was about to frog it a bit, and now I have frogged it, and I have started the color work again, and it's looking like this. It's not on the needles right now because I blocked it. This little strip, I blocked it, and it's for Teti Lutsak. It's gonna be a vest, a v-neck vest. Oh, this is such a mess. Look at that. That's not nice, but it's a color work vest. And last time I was using this grey yarn, but I decided not to use that because my main color is this fingering weight wool, and that grey wool was a bit thicker, so now I'm using still this. This is Pirtin kehräämö worsted spun wool, 3-ply. It's like a fingering sport weight, more of a fingering, and I really like it. It's very soft, especially blocked, super soft. So yeah, this is 100% Finnish wool. It's really nice. And then for my contrast color, I'm using this precious hand-dyed yarn that I bought in Berlin last year. It's Schachenmayr 3-ply in the color Whiskey by Frida Fuchs, and it's just so precious. It is 50% alpaca, 25% silk and 25% linen, so it's very different to this wool, but it's kind of working out. I'm using 3.5mm needles to match the gauge of 26 stitches, and I think it's a bit see-through. So I don't know how I feel about it, but I blocked it and it got a bit better, and I think, I don't know how I feel about it. I will finish it and hopefully I will be wearing it. But yeah, and the deadline is in like 2 weeks, so I really have to start working on this. I will put it back on the needles and work on it a bit more. But that's, I changed the contrast color with this, but that will be finished probably for my next video, and I hope I love it. It's gonna be like super cute silhouette. It's like a bit oversized v-neck vest, and it's cropped, but I will make it a bit longer, so maybe I can wear it like as it is with my low-waisted corduroy pants, and it'll be so cool, I feel like. And I will flash one more thing. I showed this one in my last video, and I said I was gonna frog it, and I frogged it almost completely. I yeah, it's the Aoide jumper by Sari Nordlund. It's from her book. It's a cable drop shoulder jumper, and yeah, I will frog it to here, to the end of the increases, and put it back on the needles, and then decide if I want to still be knitting on it. But yeah, why I frogged it is because it was becoming or coming out too small, because my gauge was too small. So it's so pretty, it's so pretty. So yeah, I should just, because the beginning is the same, so I should only frog to here and then continue the increases to make it bigger. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm using the Shepherd Song by Fibra natura. It's very nice wool and it looks very good with the cables, but I feel a bit discouraged about this now. And also I don't have the pattern because I had the book. I got the book from the library and I had to return it, so yeah, it's sad, but I did it and I feel very strong that I did it. But now I have one new cast on, and it's a new jumper because I don't really have, yeah, I have the Disney and then I have my Aoide jumper, so I decided to cast on a new one, and it is by Teti Lutsak and it's the Padolyst blouse. Oh my god, I'm in the middle of a row. Oh no, this is also a mess because, and this is gonna look so abstract, I feel like. It's, yeah, so this is the, oh no, this is the neckline. So these little I-cord ties are at the front and they will be tied together, so I have very little of this. Oh no, but yeah, this doesn't look like anything, but it is something, and it's a blouse. Right now I'm doing the raglan increases and starting the color work, like intarsia color work on the front, but I don't really know how to do intarsia, and this is like only half intarsia, so I kind of have to carry the main color, because in full intarsia I would have a skein for this section and then for the color and the other skein on the other side. I have like so little of this white, but I only have one of the main color, so I have to like take it over the color work section. So I will see how it looks. Right now I have so little of it, so it doesn't look like anything yet, but I will see. And yeah, I'm using this is my main color is Isager alpaca 2 in the color 23. It's called greenish brown, but I think it's very grey brown, but nonetheless I really like the color, and I think it suits me. It's kind of a muted green color. And then my contrast color is actually leftovers from this jumper. It is knitting for Olive Merino in the color Cloud. It's a bit pinkish white, I think. They have like a million whites, and I bought this in a store, but I didn't really realize that it was a bit pink, but it's still white. It's not pink, it's still white, and I think it's gonna be okay. I chose to use this one. I had some other options, but I chose to use this one because it has like a white stock contrast and I think it'll look nice, and also because it's soft, and this is also soft, and this is very light fingering as well. My other options were a bit thicker fingering weight, or like normal fingering weight, but these are both very light fingering weights, so I think they'll go nicely together. So that's my yarn. I'm knitting the size 2, and actually this jumper starts off with you knitting over a meter. I think I needed like 130 centimeters of I-cord on 3mm needles on this fingering weight yarn. And then you pick up the stitches from the I-cord, and that was heavy, but I actually did it in the bus. So I just worked on it in the bus, so I got like maybe 30 minutes at a time, and that was like a good way because I didn't get bored of it in the bus, and I think I would have gotten bored of it if I was needing it just at home, because I have other projects that are more interesting. But yeah, I'm using 3mm needles, and I really like knitting with these thin yarns. It's very comfortable, but this will take a long time. And yeah, it's a very stunning blouse pattern. Again, it's the Padolyst blouse by Teti Lutsak, and it's gonna be so pretty for spring, but it's gonna take a long time. And I think the biggest like stretch for me is to knit the, so it has like here the two intarsia motifs, so that will take me the most time, I think. And when I'm past that, I think it'll fly by. And it's so small that I can fit it into this little pouch. So yeah, that is my new jumper cast on, and it has been nice. It has been nice. Oh, sorry. And then I will show another new cast on. This, I was supposed to do a finish it February. That Padolyst blouse I started in January, but I was supposed to do a finish it February, but I cast it on everything. It's again a Lao shawl by Sari Nordlund. This is my third one. So yeah, it's just a shawl. I'm using Drops Flora Help Double, and this is like my oldest leftover yarn. I have 3 skeins, so I will make it bigger than in the pattern. And this is, I just want to use up this yarn because it's not, I don't think it's very pretty color, but I think it'll work well for a scarf because it's so soft. So I will just knit this, and it's like fast. This made like 2 nights of knitting, and I really like it. I could knit this shawl like a million times and never get bored of it. It's a bit scrunched now. I think this will look very nice when plucked. This, it's wool and alpaca yarn. So that's my new cast on. Nothing super crazy, but I will be wearing it. I have knitted my I have worn my previous Lao shawl. I wear it almost every day, so, and it's green, but I want one in another color, so this will be super cute. And then those are all of my like active whips, but then in the spirit of Finish It February, I picked up this. This is the Good Willow jumper by Alison Cripps, and I started this in August. And what I did, last time I showed, I had finished the body and started the sleeve, but I hated, not hate it, it was okay, but not nice. I haven't been working on this because the sleeves are so cumbersome to knit. I have to knit them with magic loop because the ends are too heavy for this very stretchy fingering weight merino yarn. It's super stretchy, so it's quite hard to tension, and I'm also using 3.5mm needles for it, so that makes it very not fun to knit with that sort of a thin yarn and a bit bigger of a needle than I would love. I like a denser gauge, but this is like dense, but the knitting wasn't fun. So I had this much of the sleeve, and then one morning I just decided to, okay, I'll just cast off the sleeve, knit the ribbon, cast it off, and make it a short sleeve. So this should be a long sleeve. So now I just have to knit the other short sleeve. I don't know, when, but I hope that I will make it like before, still in the winter, so I can see if I like wearing this in the spring, because I don't know how I feel about this kind of woolen tees, because this one is like very pretty, but I haven't worn it a ton because it's like a bit hard to wear. But yep, that's my thing with this, and I'm using Novita merino. It's discontinued, it's a fingering weight merino yarn, and then this is some hand-dyed sock yarn. I just bought a mini skein for it, and I only used 3 grams of it. But yeah, those were my whips. I have no acquisitions. That's a hard word. I haven't bought any yarn, let's say it like that. And yeah, but I want to show you one thing, and one thing only yet, and I think it's gonna be my like next like huge project. Last year I needed the Windermere sweater by Nordlund, and that was my big sweater of the year, and I absolutely love it, and I loved knitting it. And I think my next one is gonna be this one. It's called Irish Blouse or Irish Jumper, and it's from this book by Susan Duckworth. It's ihan kuukkaneule, but it's in English. This is originally in English, this book, but this is translated into Finnish. It's from the year 88, so they are 80s style jumper. Could I find the... yeah, knitting. I think it has, they said that it's just knitting. I don't know if that's true, but it's called, this translated is Lovely Flower Knits, and this is such an amazing book. There is like a million of these very intricate intarsia knits, but this one is a cable jumper. And also most of these are in the size like 40 or 42, so they're like 120 stitches, no, 120 centimeters in like finished circumference, and that's a bit too big for me. But this is size 38, so this would be better for me. And I just love it maybe the most, just because maybe, yeah, I'm very bad with intarsia. I want to knit someday one intarsia pattern from this book, but not yet. I'm not ready for that yet. I will have to practice it on some other projects before I dive into more of the flower. Like, look at these, so pretty, and look at that, so pretty. But oh, now I lost it. But this one, it's just a single color, and then it has these colorful color, and then the cuffs are stripy and textured. So that's gonna be hard but fun. And since it's a vintage pattern, it's knitted in pieces and with super thin yarn. The gauge is 34 stitches on 3mm needles, but it calls for like a thicker fingering weight wool, and I think I want to use this Pirtin kehräämö finish wool because it's very plump and soft, so I think it's gonna be good for the cables. But I will swatch with this yarn. I don't want to do it in this white. Oh, my rabbit is playing with their like toy. I'm sorry if that's too noisy. I don't want to say no to her, but yeah, I won't do it in this white color, but in some other color. So that's my, maybe I don't have the yarn, so I think I'll like do this in the autumn. I think that's gonna be better for me. Yeah, it's so intricate and pretty, and I love the silhouette of like an 80s jumper. It's 80s is maybe like more controversial, like, or it's maybe not so. I really like vintage styles. Most of my like non-knitwear clothes are vintage clothes, and I don't have a ton of 80s, but I have like one 80s jumper, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's like very fun silhouette on me, I think. So that's my other. And this book I actually found in like a bring or take at our library. So I got this book for free, and it's the most beautiful book ever. But I can understand why someone gave it away, because it's not very like, these are very hard patterns, and I couldn't knit really. Like I think I could, but it would take me like a year to knit one, like if I was only knitting on that one. So it's very beautiful book, but very hard patterns. But that was my, I wanted to show that because I want to knit that jumper so badly. But yeah, that was everything. As I said, I am kind of having like finish it February, but I don't think if I'll finish like things. I have finished the socks, which was good. Those were like very long time with, and the beanie, but nothing else really. And I don't have really like many jumpers on my needles right now. I haven't. So the beanie and the sock has been only things that I have finished this year, and I think it's okay. I have knitted on like smaller things and many things, but it's fine. I hope that I will have maybe something, maybe my socks and my vest finished next time. And yeah, the test knit is exciting, and I hope that you will have fun with your knitting, and maybe comment on if you comment if you want me to share more of these patterns, because they're so like the photos of the patterns. But yeah, it's yeah, like the patterns, but the finished sweater photos. And yeah, have a nice day and happy knitting. Bye.